Hi everybody, this is Miss E. On the first assignment, some people seem to have gotten kind of lost in what to do. So, notice it says it has two parts, and both parts are due on the due date, which is on the 5th. So, there's one diagram that talks about where photosynthesis happens, like at a generalized level, and that's on a PDF. It talks about how, like, you go from levels down from the big, from leaves, down to like the layers of the leaves, to the cells of the leaves, to the chloroplasts of the leaves, all the way down into the smallest parts. And it just wants you to identify each of those parts. Okay. I told you to skip part 2 because it's hard to identify where things are happening here and like how to label it. So you can skip part 2 because we'll talk about this stuff later. And then part 3, you just have to label the things for for numbers 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And that you can answer all on this Google Doc. The other part, which is leaf layers, this talks about the actual like layers of a leaf, and it gives you that diagram. Okay, so for here, what you can do is, if you don't have snap and read, just talk about which like lines they are. So top left, top right, top middle, left 1, left 2, right 1, and then bottom 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then this just goes through your functions of each, and then you answer the questions. Some of you are going, well, the notes that you gave us doesn't go over this. Okay, the notes, if you look here, this one, photosynthesis and cellular respiration notes, if you looked in here, as I mentioned, go to like slides 3 to 8, and you looked through there, and you're like, yep, okay, so there's a leaf and it goes down. That helps you with some of it, and there's stomata and mesophyll cells and the chloroplast and thylakoids. And you're like, but that doesn't tell me anything about what each of the pieces of the plant do, like right here. And some of you are like, it tells you to go and look into your section of the book. Well, if you noticed in here, I gave you other notes that talks about leaves and leaf anatomy. If you click that, it takes you to a website that talks specifically about leaves, and it even labels like a cross section of the leaf, just like on this worksheet. You just have to be able to look at this and be able to match which ones go on that other one. Okay, and it even gives a glossary of things that are in your plant anatomy and what they do. Okay, now if you're going through here and saying, but it still doesn't help me completely finish out your worksheet, you're not limited to working with my resources. If you want to look some stuff up on Google or on the internet, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay, so in order to fill this one out and this one, this one, the PDF, obviously I said use the document here. Okay, and answer on there. And for this one, you can label it here where you find each of those, or if you have snap and read, you can use that to load up a copy of this and write on it. Okay? So I'm just trying to provide some insight for those of you who are lost with this assignment to see what you should be doing and where you can find all your information and stuff, okay? All right. Hopefully that helps. I'll talk to y'all later. Let me know if you have questions.